Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be budgeting out paycheck number 3 for the month of July. So we're going to get on into it. This is my monthly spread and I do like to look at this to see what bills are due during that week time. So we are going to be looking at the 18th through the 24th, and during that time frame we have our YouTube, TV, and our internet that is due. So we are going to head over to here and let's write everything out. So we have our rollover, which we are going to budget at $610, and then we have income, and we only have one income this week, so that is going to be at $550. And I like to put other. I'm not expecting anything at the moment, but that could change. So we are going to do, let me fix this, 18 through the 24th. Is that what I said, y'all? Yes, 18 through the 24th, and we're still working out of July. Okay, so we're gonna do 610 plus 550, and that is gonna be 1160. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you are not new, welcome back. My name is Janelle. I'm a wife and a mother of one, and we are expecting our second child. And on here, we do all things cashless budgeting. So for this week, we are going to be budgeting daycare, and we're actually going to be budgeting $170. Yes, y'all. So we are making the transition for daycare a little bit sooner rather than later. So we are going to be paying starting as of the 21st or 22nd, whenever she starts, to her new daycare. It is more expensive than what we've been paying, but we are making the sacrifice for our child. But whenever we applied, we put down $150 for like saving their spot. And so that money goes towards their first week. This is going to be looking different going forward because this school, they make you pay weekly instead of once a month like we did with her old school. So we do have daycare for $170. And then, like I said, we have YouTube TV, and that is budgeted at $106.35. And then we have our internet, and that is at $94.65. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I need to cover this week, but I don't believe so. So we're going to add all of this up. So we're looking at 170, 106.35 plus 94.65, and we're looking at an even 371. So we'll minus that by 1160, and that leaves us with 789. Okay, now we're gonna roll that over. Ooh, let me move my computer out the way. And then we have our variable expenses, which is groceries, gas, household, spending, eating out, and kids. And just spoiler alert, you guys, my eating out and kids category starting in August is actually going to go away. We are just going to have groceries, gas, household, and spending. I want to minimize all of the extra fluff and things like that and just focus on the main things where we overspend. I feel like spending can cover out for those one-off times when we eat out instead of having to save for like a different category for eating out. And whenever we overspend in eating out, it looks like I'm really overspending in my budget when I'm really not, because I do have money in another account that would cover for that. Another thing for kids, I have been reevaluating the way that I want to run like our kids category. So we already have a kids sinking funds that we are stuffing for and things like that. And I really just thought to myself, like, anything that I'm buying for the kids that are like random or whatever, it can come either out of spending or a household, just depending on what it is. So like if it's like wipes or diapers, that's more of like a household situation versus like random things, like maybe I'm buying a toy or something very like small, it can come out of spending. And then the kids category is a larger category that I am saving into, and it will cover more big ticket items. So maybe once a month I am going shopping for just all of their things, and that just happens once. I know I get baby girl's hair done, so it gets charged to a credit card anyways, so it's like I can just pay that one time instead of like having to do all of the things. So I'm just trying to make my life a little bit more easy. So for the rest of the month for July, you guys won't even see me talking about stuffing these, because it is just getting so tricky. And let me just show you guys really quickly what I mean by that. So if you've already been watching my channel, you kind of know, but if you haven't, over here I track my monthly expenses for my cashless envelopes. So for the month, this was everything that I budgeted. And so whenever because I'm not really taking out cash, it's really hard to try and divvy up like, oh, this is how much money I want to spend each week, like in this category. And I think for me, I just need to look at it on a monthly scale and say, this is how much money I don't need to go over. Because I could say for the first 2 weeks of the month, I'm spending heavy on groceries because maybe I'm bulking up, but then the last 2 weeks I don't need to spend anything. So if I spent 200 in one week and I only budgeted 200, but I spent 224, it looks like I went over. I really didn't go over because I still had so much more money left over for the rest of the month. So I'm trying to just take for me y'all, the fluff out of stuff and just focus on like the main things. So I'm not going to put anything in this category right now, although it will make the budget look a little weird, but whatever I actually spend, that will come into our actuals. So although I could just say that whatever is here is what I would be budgeting for. Nah, I won't do that to myself, y'all. I'm gonna just leave it blank until we know what we're actually spending in those accounts, because as I'm doing this video, I am thinking of doing a big haul, even though I don't have the money, but I'm gonna transfer some things over because I've really got to get my groceries intact, y'all, because it is a hot mess. So we're gonna roll over $7.89 over to here. We are not budgeting anything for savings as of this moment, so we're at $7.89. And then for debt, we are not budgeting anything for that either for this week, so we're still at $7.89. And for right now, we're just saying that is what our rollover is. So the week is very dull in a sense, although I am leaving this note for myself because we have, just like, I don't know how it works everywhere else, but here in Texas, you can just have like a lawyer, like it isn't anything crazy, that every year whenever you get your appraised taxes, they will go to bat for you to try and get those lowered. And so last year they were able to do that. It was a smaller of a difference last year, so I think I only spent like $190 or something like that. But this year it is a little bit more because they got our taxes way down. I think our house was appraised at like $355 and they got it down to $328. So it was a bigger of a difference, which definitely helps us in our budget. And this is something that I save for. So this is going to come out of our subscriptions, and I am going to pay that sometime during this week out of that sinking fund. So I just want to remind myself to make sure that this is taken care of, y'all. But that is it, you guys. And I guess maybe I'll just show you, let me go back here and just tell you where I'm starting off my cashless envelopes. So in groceries, we have $98.17 to work with. Gas, we have $53.95. Household, we have $134.64. Spending, we have $146.74. We have gone over in eating out, which has been taken care of, but this is just how much we have gone over for the month. And then for kids, we have $81.38. I really haven't had to spend anything out of the kids category. So yeah, we're doing well with that. So that is what my Paycheck 3 paycheck looks like for this week. If you guys like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.